When GTA players hear green versus purple, they probably think of the families and the ballas of San Andreas. For decades, these two colors have represented the most recognizable gang rivalry in Grand Theft Auto history. Even without names, dialogue, or mission markers, players immediately understand which side is which. In 2020, however, another green versus purple war broke out across Los Santos. This time, it was not being fought over Grove Street. It was being fought by millions of GTA Online players wearing brightly colored alien bodysuits. Groups of aliens began terrorizing public lobbies. Their one rule was simple: no guns. Instead, they would chase other players down and hit them with melee weapons. Before long, purple aliens appeared to fight back, and what started as a small joke became one of the largest player-created events in GTA Online history. In this video, we're gonna look at how the alien war began, and how it spread across GTA Online. Hopefully by the end of this, you'll understand the story of the greatest player-made event in GTA history. April 2020. COVID-19 has forced the entire world to shut down. People are trapped inside with nothing to do and hours to kill. It was during this time that games like Warzone, 2K20, and Grand Theft Auto Online dominated everyone's attention. Adam Long was a GTA player who, like most people during the pandemic, was bored out of his mind. One day, while he was browsing the GTA Online subreddit, he saw a video of two vans full of players chasing down another player and beating him up. Long was inspired by this and decided to try it out with his friends. They initially planned on doing it dressed as rednecks, but decided on green alien suits instead. On April 15th, 2020, Long shared a clip of him and two friends attacking another player with bats while in alien costumes. The clip went viral and got over 33,000 upvotes. Little did anyone know, this was the spark that caused an all-out war within GTA Online. The trend spread like wildfire. You could find countless posts of gangs of green aliens beating down unsuspecting players. Soon after this, purple aliens began popping up in order to counter the chaos of the greens. Very quickly, it turned into a gang war. Greens and purples could be seen fighting in nearly every lobby during this time period. There was only one rule in this madness: no guns. A rule that was mostly followed. This obviously reminded everyone of the ballas and the families from GTA San Andreas. Those gangs fought for physical territory. The aliens had no permanent territory. There were no permanent borders and no official way to measure victory. Instead, the alien war developed a new type of territory: attention. Green and purple players competed to dominate Reddit, TikTok, YouTube, and GTA Online itself. Every viral video acted like another neighborhood being captured. Every new player wearing a suit made one side appear stronger. Recruitment posts became the equivalent of gang propaganda, encouraging players to choose a color and join the conflict. Entire news subreddits and Discord servers appeared to coordinate efforts on both sides. The aliens transformed from unorganized and fractured groups into two solid factions with their own look and rules. It united players on both sides with an enemy for them to chase. The aliens fought over who could become the biggest story in Los Santos. As more players joined, the original joke began expanding into something much larger. Some groups attempted to organize coordinated attacks, while others announced specific locations where the two sides could meet and fight. On TikTok, the trend went mega viral, with some creators getting millions of views on their videos about the subject. There were entire news pages dedicated to keeping players informed on what was happening on any given day throughout the war. This encouraged more and more players to get involved with the chaos. These two factions were not even the only ones that popped up either. A whole Men in Black faction emerged to counter both groups of aliens. And there were gangs of other characters that beat people up as well. The original Reddit post morphed from a simple joke into an entire conflict. None of this had been planned by Rockstar. Rockstar had placed the suits in the game, but the players decided what those suits meant. That is what made the event different from almost everything else in GTA Online. Most major events began when Rockstar added a new business, heist, vehicle, or game mode. The alien war began when a few players found a funny way to attack someone and thousands of others agreed to continue the joke. For a brief period, GTA Online was no longer being controlled by the update schedule. It was being controlled by the players. Rockstar became a part of this popular campaign as well. They made the alien suits free for a week, which mattered because these things cost several $100,000. This meant even newer players could be involved in this community-wide event. By making the suits free, Rockstar removed the only real barrier preventing players from participating. Anyone could walk into a clothing store, choose a color, and immediately join the war. Rockstar even made pool cues free, giving players another melee weapon to use during the fighting. What started as a joke between three friends had now become large enough for the developers of the game to support. As the war continued spreading, players began searching for a way to end it. Every battle ended when players left the lobby, meaning the war could theoretically continue forever. A month after the war began, the battle to end it was fought. On May 15th, 2020, green and purple aliens planned to meet at the Los Santos International Airport. In the days leading up to the battle, battle, players promoted the event across Reddit, YouTube, TikTok, and Discord. Due to the limit of 30 players in a session of GTA Online, results of the battle were inconclusive. Some servers had giant battles at LSIA, while others were completely empty. Some sessions had greens winning decisively, while in others purples were victorious. Some battles followed the original melee-only rule, while others quickly descended into gunfire, explosions, armored vehicles, and fighter jets. This made the results inconclusive since the fights were only ever server-wide. To this day, nobody really knows who won the Alien War. After the final battle, the trend gradually began to disappear. Players returned to their normal outfits, the dedicated factions became less active, and public lobbies stopped being filled with groups of aliens carrying baseball bats. For players, the Alien War was an escape from the stress of the pandemic, and since so many people were online, they could share this event with millions of other people. It brought some much needed joy to the isolation that many were struggling with. GTA Online had existed for nearly 7 years, and many longtime players had completed its major heists, purchased its businesses, and experienced most of its official content. People needed something new to do. The Alien Wars showed something that Rockstar could never recreate through a normal update. It showed that GTA Online's greatest strength was not necessarily its missions, vehicles, businesses, or heists. Its greatest strength was the ability it gave players to turn Los Santos into whatever they wanted it to be. Rockstar provided the city, the alien suits, the vans, and the baseball bats. The players provided everything else. They created the factions. They established the rules. They made the propaganda. They recruited the armies and organized the final battle. The families and the ballas became so iconic because Rockstar wrote their rivalry into the history of San Andreas. The green and purple aliens became iconic for the opposite reason. They had no official storyline. Their rivalry emerged naturally from the actions of the players. Over the years, players have attempted to revive the war, but it has never received the same level of popularity that it achieved during the spring of 2020. In 2022, there was talk of a new Alien War that gained some traction, but never the same heights. The Alien War was lightning in a bottle. It was the perfect storm of circumstances. In the 6 years since, no community event has become as widespread or talked about. For many, this was the peak of Grand Theft Auto Online. I know for me, I look back at this time with nostalgia. I was in middle school during this war and can remember getting attacked by green aliens and seeing lobbies filled with both factions. Gaming never reached the same heights again for me. I have not seen the community as unified behind something like it was during the war. Never will I have the endless time to spend playing video games all night long just to wake up and do it again. For me, the Alien War is a reminder of a simpler time where all anybody could do was play video games all day. All of my friends would be on Discord calls, all day, every day. Those days are long gone. GTA 6 will not bring those years back. It cannot recreate the pandemic or the endless free time. The next major player-made event will probably not be something involving green and purple aliens, but it could begin in the same way, with a few friends making a joke that suddenly spreads across the entire game. That is the real legacy of the Alien War. It proved that the most memorable moments in Grand Theft Auto are not always the ones Rockstar designs. Sometimes they come from players finding their own meaning in the world they were given. Whether lightning strikes again will depend on what the players decide to create.